Morning, team. Just press record, eh? That's what they say. Nobody says that. I've actually not heard anybody say that, but it's kind of the whole objective here is to just get that camera facing me and press record. That's the task, that's the challenge. That's what I'm working on. So this is the first long form video that I'm trying to release on YouTube because, well, I suppose because I want to. We've all come to this YouTube app network of bazillions of people and messages and time and places, and I've been fixed on YouTube for some years, and I find it a pretty amazing platform, just being able to watch people around the world say their piece about pretty well any bloody subject we are interested in. You can find a nice view, take, honest. I mean, really, it's a cool platform. It's the pinnacle of reality TV. I'm so pleased that reality TV actually got here, that this is so accessible and easy for people to throw their hat in the ring on. Throw the ring in the hat, throw their hat in the ring, throw themselves out there. I think this is what I'm pleased with is people's honesty and their willingness to be vulnerable. Honestly, this is not an easy thing to do. Even just pressing record in my own kitchen, my own dining room. This is the beginning. That's what you do, is you press record. You set the camera up and you press record. I like the honesty that comes from listening to real people. It's not about being raw form videos. It's just that there's so many unbiased opinions on YouTube, which is exactly what we need in this world. Is if people just speak in their piece from their own homes, from their own real backyards, from their truly their own point of views. You know, how to edit this stuff, how much of this is good material, no idea. I'm just here to press record, sit in front of the camera, and I've got a few of the pieces in place. I've got my fancy Samsung Watch 4 that's showing me the shot here on my wrist. I already owned this watch for many years but you know what? It's handy. I can frame a shot, look back at my phone, shooting through a S23 Ultra, a couple years old. I own that pretty little phone outright now for, well, I did actually have a 2-year plan on it. It's an expensive phone. Turns out I'm one of the suckers who paid, well, I think I got $500 or $600 off of it, whatever that means. But I think I paid $1,300 for it. It's not the worst price for a nice phone. It's a bloody expensive piece of technology, but whatever. It's a damn nice phone. I run 2 SIM cards through it, which is the reason I went to the Ultra. Why am I talking about this? Because I'm literally just talking about anything. What am I setting up on? This is the beginning. S23 Ultra. I do have other means of video taking, which is an old Canon camera that's somewhere around here. An old DSLR, which is pretty fun. I like shooting photography. I used to, actually. I'm not doing too much of it right now, but I do like taking pictures. And for this, I figured use my phone. I might get into an action cam just for being out in the world. It's a little lighter and just easier on off, taking shots strapped to my bike or something else. I have a drone as well, which I bought a couple of years ago because it's fun, because I like toys. Anyways, back to what this is. Just a phone and a DJI mic receiver plugged into it, mic, at my house. Press record. This is the nature of YouTube, is people talking to the camera. I'll probably do a narrower shot at some point. Of course I will. What the heck am I talking about? I just didn't want to sit that close to the camera because I don't feel like it. And the other thing that comes with that S23 Ultra is the S Pen at the bottom of it, which is so handy as a remote to turn that record on and off. How useful is that? So this is what I'm doing. Press and record, checking out the footage, and just talking to your camera. I have the ability to sit here on a Wednesday morning doing this, thinking about YouTube, thinking about videos, thinking about talking about my own life here in the middle of the woods, BC, because I work for myself. So I do have lots of flexibility with my time, and I live in a beautiful place. So maybe I'll document some of that. Maybe I'll push that out onto the world. But I think it's neat that people are just sharing themselves on YouTube. I think it's really helpful for the times in which we are in, which is pretty weird and wacky. The best of ways. I think it's just kind of an overwhelming time in human history for our brains and our exposure to so much. This internet thing is a real guinea pig project for us humans and our brains. There's a million different directions to go with that, but we are being exposed to more than we could have ever imagined. When I was a kid, I'm 40 years old now, 41. The internet was not part of my childhood. It was kind of an unknown piece until I was about 17, 16, I don't know. I didn't really know what the internet was. We didn't have much of a home computer, and then at school it was just like typing class. I didn't go into computer studies, and I've lived a lot of my life without this. Maybe that's the point I'm making. I haven't had a laptop until earlier this year. I bought my first used laptop. I had one given to me 15 years ago that was used and old as well, but never had a job that involved working on a laptop. I work in trades. Like I said, I've got my own business, which I run a business off of a phone. I mean, it's that easy with nice phones these days, and a tablet, I guess, but I've lived outside of technology to some extent, and I'm of the age that I had a good glance at the world, for most of 20-something years. Didn't have a smartphone until I was 30 years old. This is not supposed to be a brag. It's just an observation. That's all I can speak from. It's my own observation, right? And here we sit. The first generations are 15 years old now that are fully immersed in the internet and social media, just basically a screen in front of them since time. You have to be a young person, and the world without a screen and the internet would be inconceivable to a young person. It's interesting for me to think how I could have never imagined what this. Computers were not in my house as a child. It's not true. My mom had this little Mac thing in the early 90s that she did some typing on and some work, and we played this video game on. So I'm a liar. You caught me. I'm a liar right there. But I wasn't on a computer doing much of anything my whole life. And here we are. It's a tumultuous time. Like I say, in the world, there's really a lot of inputs going on right now, a lot of shifts, a lot of pushing and pulling, and lots of violence, lots of But there's also lots of reasons to connect to one another. There's all the reasons in the whole wide world to connect to one another. There's a lot of challenges in the world, and I draw inspiration from just listening to everyday folks talking from their corners with some real honesty and some integrity and just a nice level appreciation for common goodness and common grounds, and finding compassion for one another. It's I think that's probably one of the reasons I would like to start a YouTube channel, is to just spread a little bit more kindness. Can you be kind from behind? It's probably not the term. From behind the camera, not so much kindness, but yeah, gentleness, vulnerability. I think we could use more of that. So, good luck, humans. All the best till the next. Peace. Hashtag peace. What they do? What the kids are doing? Hashtag peace. Record off.